Hey everybody, it's Jamie here, and I am back with an update. And I apologize that it has taken me so long to come back with an update. Honestly, there just really wasn't much to say, and I kept thinking, oh, I'll make it a video when there's something to update you on. So there finally is, so you might be able to tell just from my speaking what the update is, but I will catch you back up to 2024. So I last left off saying that I had an appointment in November to get the TADs out. And if you're not familiar, TADs are temporary anchorage devices, or MMF screws. They were in my gums and I had to wear elastics on them to help guide my bike back. So I went to the appointment in November and they were like, no, you're not ready to get those out. Keep wearing elastics for another 6 months. So they said, we'll make an appointment for April. So I went back in April to get them out. I was so excited. I was so sick of wearing them, honestly. I just hated it. They're uncomfortable, like they would dig into my cheek. So I bought this stuff called Gishy Goo, which I had when I had braces the first time. It's like a dental silicone. It lasts longer than wax because it doesn't melt. And I made like little caps to put over them, and that helped actually quite a bit. I was able to go the whole time just using the Gishy Goo. So, but still not ideal having them. So I went back in April thinking they were coming out, and they were like, oh, have you been, reducing your wear of the elastics, down to like maybe just an hour a day or not at all? And I was like, no, you didn't tell me to do that. So they were like, well, yeah, you have to stop wearing your elastics as much as you have been before they'll take them out. And it's like, cool, it would have been nice if you told me that. So they were like, it's okay, come back in a couple weeks. So it's a specialist, and they didn't have an appointment for a couple weeks, so I had to wait like 6 weeks. And in April, I saw the surgeon and I said to him, do you think that I need more surgery? Do you think I need jaw surgery? And he was like, no, I think you're fine at this point. We're just, we'll see you back in a year. And this is excluding getting the TADs out. And, we'll see how things are looking or whatever, see if the tumor has come back. And he's like, yeah, probably just you need some braces. So I'm like, okay, cool. Fine, whatever. So then I came back at the end of May and got the TADs out, which was very great. And if you're going through this, it was not painful at all having them removed. It was a little weird because you can feel them coming out of your, literally your skull. But it's so fast and not a big deal at all. So it was really great to get those out. And so when I was there in May, I only saw the nurse practitioner. And she was like, okay, we'll see you back in a year to talk about getting some jaw surgery. And I was like, excuse me, pardon me, what? I just talked to the surgeon about this a month ago and he said I didn't need surgery. And she's like, oh, well, it says here in the notes that, if you still have bite issues in a year, you're going to be a candidate for revision jaw surgery. And I was like, okay, news to me. Obviously, the communication at this office leaves a lot to be desired, which is frustrating. I've had a lot of other problems with them, but the surgeon himself is great. Just everything else kind of sucks there. So yeah, that was a surprise. They wanted me to get braces to see if that would help the bite first. And honestly, I was just kind of so sick of everything after the TADs came out, and I was like, I don't want to get braces. I don't want to get braces unless I really need them. So I let a couple months go by, and I was trying to decide if the way that my bite was any better, was doable long term. Because if you go back in my previous stories, you'll know that I said that only there's a little bit of contact on the left side when my bite is just kind of its natural way. I can posture my bite and do a better bite, but that's not where it is when I'm chewing. So, a couple months went by and I was still biting on the inside of my cheek all the time, and I still am, spoiler alert. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go get braces. So I went and had the consultation again, and they were like, yeah, it's possible you might need surgery, but, give me a year and a half. We'll see what we can do. So I ended up getting my braces on 2 weeks ago. Well, actually almost 3 weeks ago now. And they're not nearly as painful this time as they were the first time. First time was awful. My teeth were really crooked at that time, so there's a lot of pulling and everything. And I actually still have the retaining wires on the front, upper, and lower teeth, which they said they don't do very often, but my front teeth haven't moved at all, so they don't need them to move them. It's really just the sides that are the problem. So I just had to wear elastics, so you can see got some elastics on. And it's been okay. It's funny, this side has always looked like it's better, even though those teeth don't touch when I chew. And these teeth that have the elastics on are pretty sore. And these teeth, which I've always suspected are ankylosed and not moving anymore, because this is a side during braces that never came together, these teeth are not sore at all. So that to me suggests they're probably not moving, whereas these ones are because they're tender. But I don't know. I'm not an expert, but yeah, nothing has changed in the last couple weeks. I got my braces on. Like, I don't feel any difference, just these teeth being tender over here. So yeah, I still really highly suspect that I'm going to need jaw surgery next year. And even though the orthodontist said, give me a year and a half, it was like a year and a half if things are going well with braces, a year if they're not. I still think it's going to end up being like probably at least 2 years, just because that's how everything has gone with all of this. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it always takes longer than I think. So yeah. Honestly, I was a little depressed to get braces on again, and I'm still a little bit down about it. It's just such a pain in the ass. I went through all of this already before, and now I'm doing it all over again. And this is like my worst fear when I went through it the first time. And I mean, honestly, it's not that huge of a deal, I guess. Like, it's not life or death. Like, I'm very grateful that it's really more of like just my chewing. It's not like my health isn't in danger, but it's just such a pain, you know. And when I was going through this before, I was in my 20s, and now I'm gonna be like 40 very soon, and I'm still dealing with this. And it just kind of feels like the theme of my adulthood has been trying to fix my teeth, and the more I try to fix them, the worse they get. And it's just a really defeating feeling after, you know, this is like year 11 of all of this. So that's where I am now. But I thought I'd give you a little depressing update. I mean, things are okay. I don't have any biting issue, or sorry, I don't have any like jaw pain. The feeling, what side was it? Yeah, this side had the tumor. I forget sometimes even. I had some numbness and tingling here last year, actually up until maybe like this spring, but that seems to be resolved now. It's like totally normal, which is good. So yeah, that's where I am now. I'll try to do more updates, especially as I find out more information about whether there's going to be another surgery, which I suspect probably. But yeah, so like I said, I'm sorry that it took me so long to make another video. There just wasn't a lot to say. And I probably won't make another video again if things just stay status quo and I just have braces on. But I would assume there's going to be more, so look out for that from me. So I hope you're all doing well, and let me know if there's anything I can help you with.